Hello and welcome to this very interesting topic that I wanted to make after watching a video. It kind of prompted this idea and this kind of uncertainty in the industry that a study has actually produced, spoilers, if stretching and mobility can actually build muscle. Again, I am Ryan McIntyre. I am a online coach. I am very ill at the moment, so that is why I'm sounding a little bit nasally, plus with the tape on my nose just to help me breathe better. But I am a online coach and in-person coach, not for very long though, and I help people with building muscle, and we're getting pop-ups here, but I help people build muscle over about 90 days or 3 months. And again, this is a great topic. A lot of people want to learn more about stretching and mobility. So what is going on with these pop-ups, man? There we go. Finally. What? Why do I keep closing it? It keeps appearing again. It's fine. We'll keep going because I'm not going to stop the recording. But here we are. Who am I? I should say, who am I, not how am I? Who am I to speak on this topic? For my first couple months of training, I completely neglected warm-ups, as I thought they were a waste of time. I wanted to get straight into the stuff I believed to get results, which again was picking up the weight and putting it down again. However, stretching and mobility is going to be, it's going to provide you a ton of benefits for recovery, which is already in the industry. However, there's a 2023 study that was but brought to light by PictureFit, which I will be mentioning after this. Doing warming up and stretches before a workout will provide you tons of potential injury, especially in terms of mobility, and also allow you to lift heavier without any joint pains in your body. And that's one of the main reasons why we can't lift more, especially on like a bench press. It's always like your left or right shoulder just decides I'm not gonna lift this weight today. It's just starts tweaking. And what stretches you should do. What stretches you do, should be determined on your goals. So again, if you are a runner, you'd want to do more ankle mobility. So again, if you were to roll your ankle, God forbid, while you're running, that hurts a lot. You want to have strong ankles, as every single step, your body weight is going into your ankles. So, okay, so let's get started here with my goal. I aim to create fitness content easy to consume while also documenting my own journey. I'm learning as I go along, so please take what's useful and forget the rest. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is my name, coaching, so at Ryan McIntyre Coaching, all one word, for these free videos I put out every single week. Completely unedited at the moment, but I will probably change that. And you can learn something new every single week. To help you not I can't even speak today. To help you not make the same mistakes as me, a lot of people struggle with going to the gym, more specifically in my case, building muscle. So if you want extra help, send a DM to my Instagram at Ryan McIntyre Coaching, where we can have a conversation about your situation and see how I can help. I would love to create you a free muscle building blueprint, which how to get that is you would just send a DM to my Instagram saying the words. Usually I would put that in the slides, but we'll saying the words stretch, so I know you actually watched this video. And other than that, let's jump in. And the free muscle building blueprint will be a short call where we could discuss where you are, where you want to be, and basically how to get there, all in one 15-20 minute call. Let's jump in. So, topics I want to cover today. So, can stretching and mobility help build muscle? Which was conducted in a 2023 study. Again, there's a lot of studies already in terms of stretching with recovery. However, this is kind of not one of a kind, but something that hasn't really been done before. Again, very recent. So, range of motion benefits, muscle strength benefits, muscle hypertrophy. I can't even say that word. I'm struggling right now. Dynamic stretching versus static stretching. What does this all mean for you? And final thoughts. Let's go. So, how can stretching actually impact muscle growth? By completing stretches on active recovery days or daily in a warm-up before a workout can impact 3 different things. Again, this can be in a warm-up or after the workout is completed, where you could do dynamic stretches before the workout and then static stretches. However, these are the 3 different things that can improve. So you have range of motion, so the ability to increase the stretch of the muscle, which is actually said to be the most important lift. So for example, if I was improving my range of motion in my chest by stretching it, by kind of bringing it across, how far I can bring the dumbbell back all the way further here, my chest is now expanding even further than it was before. So by doing that, obviously my chest is now larger, and if it can push more the same weight while getting a bigger range of motion, I mean, that just means that you're going to have a bigger chest and it's going to build back stronger. Muscle strength, how much somebody can lift in a 1 rep max, isometric hold, which I'll explain later on, etc. So this is more about holding weight in place, so not actually completing a rep. Let's say I had a bench press, and the example would be, instead of pressing the bench up, I would take it, unrack the weight, have the bench press, and hold. So how long can I hold this weight here? I'm not going to go down and press like a normal bench press like this. It's just holding the weight up here. So an isometric hold would be a lot more, what's the word I would describe it? It would be a lot more than your 1 rep max, basically, because you want to be used to holding high weights. And muscle hypertrophy, I'm struggling to say that word today. How thick the muscle in terms of size, which again, this can be measured through tape measure, or it can be measured through like DEXA scans. There's a bunch of different stuff it can be measured through. Again, tape measure in terms of like measuring the size of the muscle, or like measuring like the chest. Again, this would have to be through scans, because again, body fat comes into terms of things and stuff like that. But let's move on to the actual study. So the source, according to the 2023 study, where they decided to look at stretching benefits between male and female. Again, this isn't really important, but it does kind of illustrate another kind of gap in training. They wanted to see improvements of these 3 aspects of lifting. This has been broken down already by PictureFit on YouTube, so again, check that out before you all say that this is copied. I want to just make sure this is not mine, but I wanted to give my opinion on it, so add my little twist in terms of muscle building, because that's what I want to do. I want to discuss a different aspect in terms of bulking and increasing body fat and muscle gain. The study, 55 participants took part, with 28 males, 27 females, all with 1 year lifting experience. So again, this is to make sure this isn't just in beginners. I don't know if this works in beginners. They haven't really replicated the study, but I think it could be beneficial in terms of if it works in people who have been training for a long time. I assume it would work in beginners as well. This experiment lasted 6 weeks, where all participants would perform a daily plantar flexor stretch or calf stretch at full interrupted hour on their dominant leg, which again, I'll explain that in a second. I'll obviously show a picture on screen, but I'll also explain it for the video because they won't see it. The goal was to see the difference in flexibility, isometric holds, and muscle size. There's so many spelling mistakes there. In the size of the leg that was being held in the stretch position. So, again, this is quite extreme. Holding a stretch for 1 hour a day without stopping, and on screen now is a picture of that. So, the best way to describe it is if you were to do instead of doing a calf stretch. So again, like doing a calf raise on your toe, where you would lift up your leg and almost tense your calf, it would be the complete opposite. So you would dig your heel into the ground, and imagine this is my foot. You would lift your toes up like this, and you would start to stretch the calf, or the strengthen the tibia muscle, I think it is. So like, again, this is my foot here, this is my toes. I lift up my toes like this, start to stretch, and again, this would also stretch the calves. You would hold that position for an hour. Again, it is a static stretch, So you'd only have to hold it. You wouldn't have to change anything about that in terms of completing reps or anything like that. But that is basically me describing the photo. So they would hold that. Again, they would have like a sort of foot brace. So they would just hold it. Again, they could do anything in this hour. They could be watching YouTube, they could be doing work, as long as they had their foot in that sort of position. So what was the actual benefits that they found after the study was completed? So range of motion, improved ankle range of motion in the dominant legs in both males and females. So again, it was a success in range of motion. However, in terms of the statistics, it was significantly higher in males, which might be due to the increased amount of testosterone or overall muscle building ability that they have over females. Again, this is just a theory that I came up with. I think that in terms of stretching, males definitely neglect stretching a lot more than females do. And in terms of, especially since yoga is more seen as a female thing, or stretching is more seen as a female thing, if you're to get males to do this, that probably explains why range of motion, in terms of range of motion as well, how this was measured was in terms of how far, it was ankle mobility as well, just to clarify. This also means that they start as less flexible with a lower range of motion, which allows them to have way more significant improvements in terms of percentages. Other than that, though, I think it allows them to... So this was range of motion in a lot of leg exercises as well, in terms of calf raises, because again, you're stretching the calves. So again, if you were to look at range of motion in chest for this, then there'd be no point of that, basically, because it's ankle. I mean, that's pretty easy to understand. So muscle strength and how it was measured before and after stretches. So the picture on the left, again, you can't see it if it's a clip, is basically a isometric hold of a leg press with one leg. Sorry, hold on. So an isometric hold with one leg, they would test both the leg that they had stretched and the other leg, and they would see first of all the difference, and then obviously they would test after 6 weeks. So it's how much weight they can hold on one leg for a certain amount of time. I'm not sure what it was, maybe 4 or 5 seconds. And on the right, we have calf raises, so seated calf raises, where they could test muscle strength through repetitions and weights. So this is more muscle hypertrophy, compared to muscle strength. I mean, both measure muscle strength, just to clarify that, but again, both is calf strength, and this on the left is more ankle strength with the isometric holds, and on the right is more calf strength. So what actually are isometric holds? I did explain this earlier on. However, it is holding as much weight as possible in the extended or pressed part of the movement. So again, bench press would be the top of the movement, all the way pressed. Leg press would be kind of stretched all the way through with your leg. It is that point where you are holding the weight, but you're not actually engaging your muscles just yet. You are still in that stretch position, technically. However, it just means it is a great way to improve how much weight your body can hold, basically. So straight leg movements and also bent kneecap movements. So the straight leg would have been the leg press hold, and the bent kneecap is the calf raises, the seated calf raises. Both improved strength in both groups, showing an increase in ankle strength. Again, males actually had a significant improvement with nearly double the straight knee strength when performing the leg press holds. So females had 8.7% increase and males had 15.5% increase. So again, another thing where males don't do as much stretching, they definitely neglect it a lot more. So this is a great showing of what stretches can actually do for your strength. Muscle hypertrophy. I'm struggling. My brain is not working. Muscle hypertrophy changes. The main size difference and muscle gain was seen in the, bear with me here, the gastrocnemius. I think I don't want to I don't want to get too sciencey here, but it's literally just a muscle in the calf. I mean, that's how they measured it. They measured it the size of that, basically, in the muscle in the calf, which again, this took place in both genders, with males having a much higher increase in muscle size. So again, there was big significant changes here. Then females after completing the calf or flexor stretch, so they'd measure it before and then after the study. I don't have the exact numbers, but again, I don't want to bore you. I just want to show you that this again did increase muscle size. So let's say if you were to stretch your bicep, hold it in a static stretch. I don't know any static stretches for bicep, but if you were to hold it in a 1 hour uninterrupted session, it would actually gain in size. Obviously, this is still with weight training because everyone was experienced. However, this would have been a significant boost, or they wouldn't have reported it, if you know what I mean. So, what are the conclusions of the study overall? By static stretching their calf muscle every day for 1 hour straight for 6 weeks, did all of the following. It increased range of motion. It increased strength in the muscles that were stretched. So the calf muscles, ankles, or the ankle, and increased muscle hypertrophy. Again, this is all for the legs. And this hasn't really been done too much in the upper body. I don't know if they plan to do a study or if they have supporting research. Again, basing everything off one study is kind of a no-go, especially in the field of just studies in general, like not just even fitness studies, but psychology studies. I can't speak today. Or just any kind of studies in general, because again, it could be kind of a one-off phenomenon, so you never really know. But all of these seem seemingly higher in males. Again, explanations. So why does this all actually happen? By stretching, very similar to weightlifting, it creates what is called a mechanical load on the body. So just like training, it breaks down, again, this is me just going into how to build muscle again. Just like training, it breaks down the muscle structure, allowing for protein synthesis to repair it larger and stronger. The less flexible the participants were, the higher mechanical load or stimulus of the body, which explains why males had such a larger benefit. Again, if you can't get into a stretch position, or if it's easier to feel more of a stimulus on the body because of how inflexible you are, then you don't really have to go too far into the stretch to get great benefits. So females might have not felt as much of a stimulus because they were already flexible, so there wasn't much change in the body. Just like training, it's almost getting closer to failure or closer to that slight bit of pain, if you know what I mean. So again, while doing this, by holding that stretch for an hour, it would have been a little bit more painful for males just because their legs haven't moved as much like females, is the best way to explain it, I think. So again, another reason why males would have had a larger benefit. So what does this actually mean for you? I think that although this is one study, and if it is further backed by future research, it could definitely highlight the unknown benefits of stretching when relating to muscle growth and not just recovery, because we all know stretching after a weight session or stretching before a weight session is a great way to get warmed up, get the muscles engaged, especially with warming up before, like warm-up sets and everything like that is very important. However, bear in mind this was a static stretch. This is a difference between static and dynamic stretches now. So a static stretch is to hold in the same position for long periods of time. So if I was to quickly show you stand up, so a leg static stretch would be, you can't really see it, I'd have to do another one because you can't see my legs, but a static stretch would include like this. So I am stretching my tricep or my a little bit my shoulder. So again, I'm holding in the position, I'm not kind of swinging at all. However, a dynamic stretch would be more movement. So again, if I was to do a dynamic stretch, it'd be more like swing my arms back and forth. And that's going to warm up the shoulders, but I'm still moving all the muscles and engaging them. There's obviously many different stretches, but that's the best way to describe it. Obviously, dynamic movement-based stretches like lunges or like completing repetitions of an exercise. So further research could definitely provide if dynamic stretches share the same benefits, or if they don't share as much. It would be very important to see, again, if it was taking stretches before exercise or after exercise. They can definitely vary this, and if it supports it, then this could be a big change in training. So my final thoughts is that, of course, not many of us have an hour a day to do one stretch completely uninterrupted, especially put your foot in that kind of brace where obviously foot is like this, toes are here, and you lift up your toes here but keeping your heel on the floor. So like really stretching the front tibia bone muscle, and just like I said earlier. However, just taking 5-10 minutes after workout to enhance the mechanical load on the body after training, allowing for the muscles to grow back bigger and stronger, could definitely be given a go. I think as well, we all have about 5-10 minutes. If we say we don't, again, sometimes you're in a rush, but even just stretching the muscles that you use that day. Sorry. Oh, Jesus. Even just enhancing the muscles that you use that day could definitely not just improve flexibility, but improve your range of motion, your muscle strength, and everything that was mentioned earlier, especially for coming in to the gym next day, is that you might be able to move the weight differently. It might feel a lot more smoother. Definitely could be worth implementing into your routine, especially with a few dynamic stretches, I should say, static stretches, sorry. Maybe even before you go to bed, to see and notice if you sleep better or if your recovery is better. If you're stretching maybe your legs, feeling a lot more kind of loose, feeling a lot more, because that's the whole point of static stretches, is to make you feel loose. Definitely could help with getting into more of a relaxed state, especially in bed, because a lot of people have that struggle is when they get into bed, they struggle to fall asleep. Everything changes, like the snap of the fingers type stuff, is that you'll be tired all day. As soon as you hop into bed, you are wide awake. But again, try static stretches before you go to bed. Might completely change your sleep. Might completely change how you get into a relaxed state. But other than that, I want to finish off on the slide. I just want to again remind everybody of my goal, which is again to provide free content. And if you enjoyed this video, then you can drop a like, hit subscribe, whatever you're watching this on. And again, just a quick reminder to get the free muscle building blueprint, send a DM to my Instagram saying the word stretch, so I know exactly that you watched this video all the way through. And if you watch this video all the way through, you're the exact person I want to contact and get involved with. So might even offer you a discount, probably will offer you a discount because this is commitment. But if you enjoyed this video, please let me know, and see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, whenever you're watching this video. Peace. And my cold is still killing me, but bye-bye.